Hey guys, welcome to another video with me, the Stonk Dad. I'm super excited to be here with you guys again today. Back into the swing of things after this long vacation, so bear with me as I post these videos every now and again or whenever. But on that note, let me know what you guys want to see in a video. I kind of want to make a little bit more of a scripted video other than just me blabbering about data and recap videos and stuff like that. So let me know what you guys want to see as far as the data, what you guys are a little bit confused about, maybe something that you want to dive deeper into. I'd be super excited to actually dive into those and make a video specifically on that. But for this video, I'm going to be doing a recap video on today's data. We had a pretty gnarly sell-off in the market, so I do want to go over that data since it's kind of unusual that in this market that we've seen a sell-off. So I'm going to be going over that data, every single step that I noticed throughout the day, and hopefully this can help you guys to play both ends, right? We can play the long way and then also the short way in calls and puts. Okay. So let me switch on over to this new scene. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have seen any of my recap videos in the past, but usually I like to journal everything that I see on Discord. As the data comes out, I like to give brief explanation. I can't talk today. Jeez. I give brief explanations on the data once it comes out. So either the market net flow, the convergence, and then the gamma exposure. I love to watch that data as the day goes on, and then I can give my analysis on that for the people in the Discord channel. Okay, so right off the bat, the market opens at 6:30 a.m. for me. We could see that market net flow was pretty bearish. You could see that calls started to turn to the downside a little bit, and this was at 10. This was 10 minutes after the market opened there, okay? So you guys can see on this chart over right underneath my my video up here, you can see that what happened in price action as it went on throughout the day. So there was a data candle that actually confused me a little bit. I think I did go over that. So maybe I'm getting a little bit too ahead of myself. But you guys could see that pretty much market flow was bearish to start off the day. It did get a little bit crazy a couple minutes after. So this looks like 3 minutes after. You can see that call flow started to come up a little bit. But you can see that we broke below that 510 level, which was a very crucial level on the aggregate GEX level. So once we broke below that, we went up and retested it, and you can see over here on the actual price action chart what happened. Came up, retested that 510 level right here, and we did have a rejection. So right off the bat, I was like, okay, we're gonna have a pretty bearish day, and then the gamma exposure levels actually helped me a lot today, and I'll be going over that. So what threw me off just a little bit was that news candle. Let's see right here. So you can see that we were bearish, but calls did start to come up a little bit, but we had that big news candle. I believe it was global services PMI. And then we had that big candle up right back above 510, but we rejected it. A big candle to the downside, breaking that 510 level. Right here. I know you guys can't see that it's 510, but I promise you that's 510 right there. But there's the news candle to the upside. That threw me off a little bit, but what helped me were the GEX levels here. So you can see that once we rejected that, flow started to turn back bearish, but you can see these negative levels. So 510 was super negative right here, and then there was that ghost zone down to 507. So right here I had my analysis set in my head. So since we rejected that 510, I was leaning more to the downside, and then above it, I would lean to the upside. But since flow started to break to the upside, bearish, that's what I was looking at. So I said flow is all over the place, but the analysis still stands. Goes zone to 507 GEX, and you can see that right here. There's lots of negative levels towards that 507. Okay, so that was my price target, especially since we started to break below that 509 pretty rapidly. I was looking for an entry. I ultimately did not, I was not able to catch that downside move because it just moved so quickly. And then we had a consolidation around lunchtime. But yeah, it never gave me an entry, sadly, but still nonetheless, the GEX levels did very well there. You can see that red convergence was a little bit late to the party. It flipped around that 508.75-ish level, it looks like. So it still did catch about a dollar and a half move to the downside once it hit that 507 level. I can't remember when it did. I think it hit, let's see. Oh yeah, it hit at 8:45 my time. So I think, let's see. Okay, yeah, right there. 507 Gex level hit. So I guess it did give you a slight entry towards EMA, but ultimately that was just too far down for me in order to catch that huge downside move to 507. It still did pretty good. So I'm definitely going to give it a lot of credit where credit is due there. And then we bounced pretty cleanly off of that. And then we did head down after that. So let me see here. So what kept me out of shorts for the long run after that 507 level hit was actually calls started to come up a lot. So there were a couple instances where I did go short on SPX actually, and that was right here when the 506 level started to drop negative. So you can see at around lunchtime, a little bit after lunchtime, that 506 GEX level started to pull negative, and that was when we were at let's see, when was this? 11:05 my time. Let's see on the chart where that was. 11:05 was right here when we were just slightly above 507 or at 507, and then we got that huge drop to the downside right here. So 11. So I started to see that at 11:05 11:05 my time, which is right here on the SPY chart here. So that was just above the 507 level. And ultimately we saw that within 15 to 20 minutes. It was an awesome play to the downside, and that was the only play that I actually got in. But yeah, looking at GEX and just going over this data, you could see how well that worked. I didn't see the 505 level go negative, which was a little bit concerning to me because we did flush right below that 506 level, but we did find support at that 505 level right here. And let's see if I even mentioned it. Okay, yeah, so there's the 506 level hit. Amazing. I said that. SPY's continuing to go down. Okay, so right here was a crucial moment in the pivot of the market 30 minutes before close. I didn't see any GEX levels to the downside negative at 505. So I was thinking we were going to see a bounce at that 505 level. Yeah, right here. Okay, so I said SPY is still continuing to go down. I didn't think we would see a break of 506, but the downtrend is strong today. Let's see if we get a bounce at 505. There are no negative GEX levels to the downside anymore today, so that is why I'm surprised we took out that 506 level. That's what I said there. So I was looking for a little bit of support there since there were no negative levels taking the price towards that. And that's right where we bounced. 505, it was at 504.97 when I took that screenshot, and look what happened 30 minutes after there. So right on the dot, 505, it hit right there, and that's what I was looking at the pivot of the market, just solely based off of GEX. I wasn't looking at market flow because market flow was a little bit shaky. You can see that we had lots of crosses in flow and it was super close. So I was paying attention to those GEX levels, which ultimately paid off very well. But yeah, that was just a recap of the data from today. It was a little bit rough just looking at the flow, but if you start to incorporate flow data as well as the GEX levels, you can really see some awesome pivots in the market, and you can catch some really awesome trades just like I did today. So yeah, that was just my analysis on the market data today, market flow, and then GEX. GEX did fantastic today. There was a couple hiccups I saw as well with the data that came out, and then a couple of the GEX levels, but other than that, it did phenomenal. Hopefully tomorrow is as good as it was today. I always pray and hope that market flow does better and there's a wide divergence, because those are where the really good plays are. I honestly was a little bit surprised today that the market flow wasn't bearish the entire day, since we did trend down. So that's why I'm thinking that I'm not fully committed on the fact that we are going to pull back. We're going to have a drastic pullback just solely based off of the flow from today. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. But yeah, guys, that's just a quick recap. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll do more. If you do enjoy them, let me know down below. Give me a like, comment, subscribe, the whole shebang. I will see you guys in the next one.